Go. Hey y'all, what's going on? Just some random shit, quick shit in the news, some shit I read and watched. Okay. Now this one is a motherfucking doozy. Y'all see from the title. Artist nails his scrotum to the ground in Red Square. I'll put the link below and y'all can see it and all of that. Apparently he don't like how the things going with the government and yada 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 there. And he decides, and he's apparently done other things like he sewed his mouth up in protests. And this time he's protesting again. But he decided that since they didn't listen to me the first time, which they couldn't have with your lips closed, and since they didn't read that subliminal shit that you had it with the way shit's going, you decided to sit at home and say, you know, I don't like this. Fuck that. Tomorrow, I'm going to Red Square and I am going to nail my nuts to the ground. Are you fucking kidding me? And when I look at it, and even with him sewing his lips, I just picture it as he's just one of them motherfuckers that like pain and shit. He's into that. Now, if that's what the fuck you into, then hey, by all means, sew your lips up your ass. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm poking your ass, whatever you like. Nail your nuts to every house you see. But don't, you know, why we, Lord Jesus, for political reasons. Ooh, y'all, I can't. And I'm trying to figure out, when I looked at the video, how in the fuck did you do that and it wasn't bleeding? And y'all, I'm like, something ain't right, you know. Did he really do it? But apparently he did. Attach his nuts to Red Square. You know, so from now when people go and visit and they go, you know, to their country or whatever, there's a special little spot with motherfucking nut skin and shit on it where he decided that I'm not liking the way things is going. These nuts is going to the floor, to the ground. That's it. I need some cement nails and I am going to beat the fuck out of my nuts, scrotum, balls, whatever you want to call them, happy marbles, skin balls, happy bag, whatever. And that's it. Like, oh. Okay, y'all. It's just no words for it. It's just, he's just dumb as fuck. That's it. Okay, we'll move along. And the link will be below. And y'all, I'm doing a direct upload, so I'm pausing and stopping and starting and doing all of these things that it does. You know, so whatever. Okay, on to the next story, which I don't have the link for this. I don't know what I did with it. I read it the other day. And it's about a woman who took her baby in to be circumcised. Excuse me, y'all. And what was supposed to be a 45-minute procedure. Now, she did not have it done at the hospital like, you know, I thought, you know what I'm saying? Well, not I thought. I know that in other traditions, it is a rites of passage or whatever, and you do it at an older age, but that wasn't the case here. She just didn't do it at the hospital once she had him. So she took him in. They told her it would be 45 minutes, you know, it would be 45-minute procedure. Turned out 3 hours. He was back there screaming the whole time. And instead of them cutting up, cutting down, they cut up on him. And the impression I get is that they cut his pee-pee off. Right. You know, and then handed mom the baby, crying and I'm sure they were like, oh, it's natural. And when she didn't realize that this had happened until she got home and found it, and the baby's crying, and I'm sure in agonizing pain. And so the baby is going to need, you know, reconstructive surgery. I mean, this could, this has, damaged his life. You know what I mean? Like, I feel so sorry for the mother because, I'm sure in her mind she was probably like, oh Lord, I was in here the whole time and, they were doing this to my baby and I'm the reason I brought him. You know what I mean? But she was doing what she thought was best for him. You don't go into a medical procedure or whatever situation thinking they're going to fuck you up. And I know this because that was my case with my leg. But, and there's, I don't even want to say, because people instantly want to say, well, I hope you sue. But no amount of money brings that shit back. Nor does it make the motherfucking pain any better. Or what you're going through or whatever you lost. But I clearly know, had it have been me and my baby, one, I couldn't hear my baby doing these blood curtain screams and not bend the fuck back her like, what the fuck? And then after it was 3 hours, it's after 45 minutes, I might have gave it an hour. I'm in there on your ass. And I know like hell, if I came in and you have just mutilated my baby, somebody gonna have to come and get him, which would be the ambulance and my family, because I'm not gonna make it out of there the way I came in. I'm not. I'm fucking stabbing bitches with scalpels and shit. Yeah, I wouldn't make it out of there because that baby is innocent as well as mom is innocent. And my heart does go out to her because she's really got to feel like that would be what I would think. The baby, the baby had to go because she took the baby. And there was nothing wrong with that. There was nothing wrong with the decision she made to have her baby circumcised. Because, honey, when they came in my room for Brent, they didn't even get the full words out. It was like, Miss, do you want your son? Yes. I sure in the fuck do, because I'm not, I don't want my son running around with dick cheese and shit and duck butter. And getting rashy and shit with a motherfucking flap or blinds or shade or hood. A helmet. Whatever the fuck you want to call it, no shade. And, I know that, a lot of older men, may not have, yeah, I didn't want that for my baby. You do what you do, but I didn't want it for my baby. And with that being said, I don't want no flap in my bed, you know what I'm saying? If, I wouldn't be married to a man that had a flap hood or blinds or anything like that in his area. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it. I can't do dick cheese. No. Duck butter, I'm not. Anywho, so, we gonna pray for this baby and the mother and the family. But I thought this was one of the worst things I had ever heard. It's just horrific what they did to this child. And how do you be doing a procedure that you're supposed to be cutting down on and be cutting up? I feel somewhere in the, I feel like it may have been deliberate. Seriously. Y'all tell me what y'all think on that part. I'll try to find a link up. Hopefully I bookmarked it, but I'll try to find it. Now on to the next shit. Apparently, if a woman cheats on her husband or her man, he can immediately get his son, get in the van, go and pick her up and pretend like they trying to work it out, and she goes. And then go and pick up a priest and take her to a church and do an exorcism. Because she had been acting funny and different, and apparently, to his knowledge, she had at least 3 demons in her. That had to be the reason why she decided to cheat on him. So they took her and kept her and kidnapped her. Threw all over, and apparently at some point some more went down her throat. She passed out. Or whatever. Okay. And did I mention there was 2 priests? The man and his son. Now, it's just a bunch of folks that cheat. Let's just go through this shit because what is the spirit called when you cheat? I'm just somebody, anybody, anyone, you. What is the motherfucking cheating spirit? And if all could stop a motherfucker from cheating, I know a whole bunch of women who would have that shit in industrial motherfucking containers, throwing it on their man. If that's the key to stopping it. And vice versa. And apparently the father and son got locked up, but the priest did not because he didn't do anything criminal. Which is really what I want to talk about. Now let me be clear on this. I do believe, y'all know I believe that there's demons and shit. Now I don't know about these 3 ones that make you cheat, and because she was acting funny, you know, he had noticed, you know, that she was acting a little different. So instantly I assume she has a demon and she cheated. Oh, that's the last demon. Now, had it have been 1, would you have not doused her? I'm just curious. Was 3 the magic number? Hell no, that's it, bitch. You got 3. Bitch, you got 3. And her, if you come in there with motherfucking 4, that's it. This just done for her. Anywho, so what I don't get is, now they have kidnapped her. Now she was not, they did not physically hurt her or torture her, but I think that torture or whatever, that is, if they keep her and kidnap her, you know, and do this to her and she doesn't want it, I mean, to some people that could be torture, you know what I mean? But according to what they said. So, why is the priest exempt? Because they priests. And why did the priest willingly agree, we're going to kidnap her, and y'all, I'm going to come and just throw every kind of oil I got and, you know, whatever. Why is the priest exempt? Because she was held without her consent. She was kidnapped. So you are an accomplice, in my eyes, with the priest. Now, one of them, they went and picked one up after they had kidnapped her. So you knew what was going on. They knew. So how are you not an accomplice? Because you didn't drive the van? Because you didn't get none? You're not part of their family, and you know, and you. I'm just trying to understand, y'all. Why? What is the difference? So they were not accomplice? Child, listen, ladies, if you motherfucking cheating, honey, watch out. Men too, because, you know, I guess a woman will, you know, be able to kidnap your ass and have you to, you know, have them to throw oil on you or whatever. Just be careful. Don't be out here cheating in the first fucking place. And I am being serious about that, because marriage is a commitment. You know, one of the biggest ones you're going to make. And it's not a game. But by no means, she was wrong for cheating. But I don't know that it constitutes an exorcism. Okay, I just had to lean a couple of times on that, because I'm just trying to understand the logic, and I'm trying to understand why it's okay for the priest not to be charged. They were innocent. No charges, brought against them. So my question would be, do you feel like the priest was wrong? The priest, because I believe there was two. That's my question. I believe they're accomplice. That's just what it is as far as I'm concerned. Like, you can't oil a bitch into wanting you. You can't beat a bitch into wanting you. And maybe I should say women, because I just be, just kind of chilled and laid back, and maybe I do use that one too much as, and it's not a term of endearment or whatever, but that's the word I choose, I chose to use or whatever, because I do get a lot of kickback about that word. Like, most of, and a couple of times I got an email that said, whore is fine, but just bitch, I can't do it. So, and I do always look and read, and I do believe that you can always, there's agree and disagree until you come back. If I'm always going to be like, okay, we'll agree to disagree on that one and keep it moving, and you still my love or whatever. But if you hit me back with some belligerent shit after I've said that, then we went beyond agreeing to disagree. You know what I'm saying? You're coming back for me, But anywho, as I said, you can't make a bitch want you. You can't, make her, you can't exercise her into that. And vice versa. Women, if a man don't want you, he don't want you. I wouldn't want a man who didn't want me. And vice versa. Like, somebody in that situation is unhappy. Gotta be. And at a point will begin to just out and out hate the other person. They will. You know what I mean? Like, really despise and hate that they, have to even be with that person when you don't. And again, I will stress and say this. She was absolutely wrong for cheating. If you were not happy with your husband, honey, say that, I'm done, I can't. But he would have had you exercise anyway, because clearly for you to say you didn't want him, honey, you was acting out of pocket. And clearly you had 3 demons and damn near let that 4th one in. Y'all, I can't. So y'all tell me what y'all think on that. Another thing, I think I want to do a Google Hangout like right now. So tell me, I'm going to wait and see, what y'all comment or whatever. Tell me what y'all think. Y'all want to do a Google Hangout. I don't know if I know how to do the shit, but I had such a good time when I have done, well, yeah, I have done too. I don't know if I was doing it right or whatever. But let me know. Let me know if you want to do like the Google Hangout or whatever. And y'all just kick back and just chill. I think I'm in a funny kind of mindset today. Not mindset, but just this is one of those days when everything is like I'm just kind of thinking about everything. From world peace to world hunger, to civil rights, to I would love to have me a chicken and spinach slice of pizza right now. Like, seriously, that's why I'm at. So it's just kind of, I'm really fucking random right now, So y'all tell me what y'all think. I'll put the links that I have below. I will try to find the other one, but definitely let me know what you think about that. And, be sure to, apparently since YouTube is doing this, be sure to add me to your circle. How the hell, I don't know what you do or how you do it. I've been trying to. I do have the link for my my Google page, so I will put that below as well. So be sure to add me. I don't really know the whole deal. I don't get the notifications. They go somewhere of when you all leave a comment, or whatever. Like, I like to, try to read it. I don't know, y'all. I don't like the way this shit's going. So y'all, anywho, I'm out. Let me know what y'all think. Much love.